Okay, so it allows us to take a full action and move it down. Okay. Okay, gotcha. That's super awesome. I feel like this may need to be a rotating item depending on. Okay, it requires attunement. Well, then that. Yeah.
Where you are, and it does look fancy and stylish. It has a little chain that can go on your button, the whole 9 yards.
Yes, it's foppish.
That sounds amazing. So, my vote right now is for the paladin or the druid to have it for healing because we like to die.
You guys do like to die.
Mm-hmm.
Does seem like it. I ended up. Yeah, I'm gonna put cure wounds on there for my spells whenever we get the long rest to actually confirm the level up and everything.
So I think the because I've still got cure wounds. Well, the spells I still have right now are animal friendship, cure wounds, good berry, speak with animals, bark skin, and dark vision.
So between the two of you, one of you guys take that so that we can. I mean, Mike, what do you think? Or Locke, what do you think?
Yeah, whoever can heal.
I picked up a weapon the last place we were. I'm gonna vote for the druid myself.
All right.
That's cool. Andrew, do you have a magic card for that or no?
How would I give you a magic card?
I don't know if you had an image, you could just shoot it to me. I can keep that. If not, that's fine. I'll just jot it down.
Yeah,
okay, that's fine. It's all good.
All right. So, are we gonna get to the market?
Yeah, you guys are gonna be fine. The waters are perfectly fine. Super calm, super chill. It's middle of the day. You're seeing some people pass and kind of go back and forth, stuff like that. But you do guys kind of glance at a few of the ships that look like they might be following you. But you're not sure if it's just paranoia or if you guys are actually being tailed. So,
do we have time to gain the benefits of a long rest?
You definitely do not have that kind of time. That takes about 8 hours.
Right. I just wondered how long it was going to take us to get to the.
About 2 hours.
Okay. Cool.
You definitely get a short rest in here. You can go for a little while. Blackner has plenty of time to cast the spell and all that jazz. So.
Cool.
But the waterways are pretty open. This is a pretty common thing to kind of see people doing. You guys are on a smaller ship than a lot of guys, but there's all kinds of sizes and shapes and stuff like that.
Okay.
2 other pieces that you learned from Blackner last time was that there was a strange woman that came in and didn't say anything. She was completely silent, but she did take a key to an old warehouse. And he also overheard the goblins discussing something about a library.
And we were going to go check out the warehouse once we got to the market.
The warehouse is in the Merchants District.
We were not.
It is in the Merchants District.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what I remember we were going to do. We were going to go We were going to go check the warehouse out because it was not the warehouse that we found Captain Fren in.
Correct. Yep.
All right. You guys cool with that? All right. So when we get to the when we get to the merchants district, what happens? Oh shit, we're in the water.
Your boat sinks, apparently.
Good job, guys.
There we go. All right.
I'm in the boat. I promise I'm in the boat.
When you guys get to the merchants district, you come to a small harbor that's just bustling. There's tons of people unloading boxes, crates, fish, food, wares, clothing, jewelry, everything you can imagine. And as you get into the dock area, you see hundreds and hundreds of people bustling about their day.
And we know which way the warehouse is, right? We know where.
You can definitely get to the warehouse if you want to go right now, but you guys are also pretty well damaged.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys had any plans on that. I don't know what kind of spells people have left, hit dice, stuff like that.
Spending my hit dice got me back up a little bit, but I've only got one spell slot after a short rest. Because I spent all of them. How you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty much tapped all my healing resources at the moment.
You guys gonna go try to hole up and take a long rest someplace?
Yeah, it'd be preferable.
Lock?
I like that if we could.
I don't feel very good after all of that. Could go for a good mince pie.
You were gonna show me where the mince pie was. Let's go find one of those.
All right. You guys gonna go look for a tavern, or what's your plan?
Yeah, I want to go to Talen's bake shop.
All right.
Get me a good old pastry.
Right on. We can get you there. Okay, you guys are kind of passing around. Nothing seems to be particularly strange. Everything seems to be pretty laid back, pretty easy going. You're able to traverse the streets better than you would have guessed at this point. It looks like a very average, very boring kind of day. The Merchants District is framed, kind of has this looming clock tower over it that is bigger, in theory, than the castle that the king lives in. You have never seen a structure quite this big if you haven't been from the city. And the tower itself seems to be very active. You're seeing people coming, going, et cetera, et cetera. And in the sky, you're even seeing an airship or two. This seems to be like the hub of commerce.
Okay. Does the clock tower seem similar to the one that we were in, just bigger, or is it like completely different?
Completely different. It's like a giant upgrade.
Okay.
You had heard that they took up the same amount of space originally, but this clock tower is easily 10 times larger than the other one.
Holy shit. Okay.
This, I mean, again, it's the size of the castle. This looks like it could host any number of major events. It could host tons of office space. It is a whole big thingamajig.
Is it like in the middle of a square?
You can't tell right now, but Locke can tell you, yes, it is. It's kind of the central hub of the the market district.
Okay. Cool. Which way to the bake shop, Locke?
Oh, it's just a block east of the tower.
All right, let's go check it out.
Block east of the. What was that?
All right, you guys are able to go to what looks like a little bakehouse cafe. Duke Blackner is going to leave you guys pretty soon, though. He's looking to go, and he's actually going to walk in towards the clock tower as you guys get to where you are.
Thank you, Duke. Thank you for your assistance.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate
Thank
you
you.
identifying that item for us.
Are we sure we should let him go off on his own? Aren't we obligated to get him back to where he needs to be safely?
What does that mean to make Rick fat? Rick, I made you fat.
Duke, do you feel like you need an escort?
Right now, I just want to get out of the streets. I'm worried everyone's looking at me. I think they can all see me.
Come on into the bake shop with us. We'll get a pastry and then we're gonna go take a rest.
You look like you could rest. You've been through quite an ordeal.
Okay, I guess. He'll come into the bake shop with you.
Us.
Rick, I can't make you not fat. I don't know what I did.
Amazing.
You are stuck as a giant chubbo.
Awesome.
I am uncertain as to how I did that. Can you make you not a giant chubbo?
Nope.
That is super duper funny. I'm going to delete you and put you back in. So bizarre. That is even worse.
I take up the whole bar.
That's great. What'd you do? That's amazing.
So on the top, there's a little thing that you can spin yourself around. You can do the hokey pokey. But
All right, technical difficulties with that. That is the weirdest thing that I've done so far.
alright.
Well played, Andrew.
Hey, there we go. 2 copies of Duke Blackner.
Yeah.
The Blackner
Who's this
everywhere.
motherfucker?
This motherfucker is behind the bake shop kind of bar area. But there we go.
Is that the proprietor?
That is the proprietor. Everything seems a little bit slow right now. This seems like it's probably a breakfast place, and you guys are a little closer to late lunch than breakfast.
It's all right. Do you have any mince pies, good sir?
Yeah, fresh out of the oven.
Ah, fresh ones. Excellent. Locke, this is the
Kinda-
place you were telling me about, yes?
It is, yes. So, do I recognize this guy as the dad?
This is the dad, yep.
Okay. I avoid him.
Okay. Totally fair.
Why are you avoiding?
He kind of gives you looks that say that he knows more than he's willing to talk about. He's not really excited that you're here.
We came to eat the pies.
I got
Yes.
pies.
Yes, the pies. They are the best in town.
Were you
like
expecting to
pies.
see somebody else here, Locke?
I was hoping to see somebody else. That man, let's call him protective.
How much for the pie?
1 silver per pie.
I'll give you a gold.
He takes your gold, and then he gives you a pie.
Like pie.
5 silvers back? Or 4 silvers back? Or 6 silvers back if we get 4 pies.
Yep.
Cool. Is there anything else we should do while we're here, Locke?
Locke, are you looking around for your buddy?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, as you're looking around, you'll see your buddy kind of peeking in through the window. And he kind of gives you like the high sign. He's obviously out around the side.
Hey, thanks for the pie, man.
I like pies.
Pie's, pie's very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of sneak out
Okay.
around the corner.
Andrew, would I know this place from my watcher's eye?
I mean, you can
As
if you
far
want.
as a CDX establishment versus a
This would not necessarily come up on anything that you would be concerned about.
Okay.
And this is kind of like the New York City of its day and time. So you're not going to necessarily know every shop, but you can know a shop if you want to know a shop. But this is not, as far as you know, a hotbed of criminal activity. Locke.
Hello. Oh, we came for one of your wonderful mince pies.
All right. You look a little worse for wear.
It's a very long story. I was summoned back here, and I was out visiting my parents and got the note to go visit the king. And, well, that
Really?
led me on quite the adventure.
Our king?
Oh, yes.
Is he as old as they say he is?
Well, I can't speak to that. I really only had any conversation with the major domo.
Wow. I didn't realize you were quite so important, Locke. I should start telling people I know you, I guess.
Neither did I. I had no idea. I guess the stories they told me about my my long lost relative were true.
So, some kind of great warrior or something, right?
No, he was a lockmaker.
Ah, okay.
They said that he made the very lock that held the king's treasure. That's what they said.
Very exciting. That's cool.
So what's new in these parts since I've been gone?
Well, around here it's always kind of business as usual, but I mean, I guess lately there's been people being abducted at night.
Can't say I'm terribly surprised, but is it just the randoms?
Well, started off primarily as the undesirables, the other folk, and it started working up to everyday citizens. Last week, the cobbler's wife was taken. The funny thing is, they're not seeing any blood. They're not seeing any clothing. There's nothing left. They're just gone.
No children?
There were children early on, but mostly homeless children, mostly vagrants.
Yes, I've heard of the orphans and the vagrants, the poor children being abducted more in the south. It's worrying that it's spread all the way over here.
And last couple nights ago, with the cobbler's wife was the first person she's a citizen. She had a home and children. We all knew her. We saw her she went to the temple district for worship. We saw her all the time.
Concerned about this. I like to speak to my friends and see if we might be able to look into it a little more. But for now, we need to find somewhere to rest. We, as you can see, are a bit worse for wear.
Well, he's kind of a dick, but I know a place.
Yes,
get your friend.
He is. I tap on the window, try and get their attention as they sit at the bar.
Yeah, thanks for the pies. See ya.
I'm tossing another silver and grab another pie.
Okay.
One for the road.
He's clearly looking for Locke as you guys are leaving. He then, you guys see him then look behind the bar and then go to the back room. And he seems to be holding, I don't know, like a stick in a very threatening manner as he's kind of searching around the establishment.
Fuck that bitch. This is Russia.
Blackner will come with you guys as well. He's really confused. He's like, guys, I don't know what we're doing here, but
stay with us, Duke. Locke's gonna get us a safe place to hole up for the night. Get
All
you
right.
some rest, get you healed up.
So you are taken to what looks like a kind of like a flop house. Locke, you're going to recognize this as a place where a lot of the kids used to hang out and do illicit things. But clearly, it's a generation of kids ago because at this point, it's not really seeing the same kind of activity that it did in your youth. It looks pretty open, pretty laid about, but there's still blankets. There's still small bits of candle and oil lamps and stuff lying around.
Do you guys need me to light the candles for you?
No. Please, no.
The wood is very old. It could very easily ignite in just a quick second.
Okay. I won't light anything on fire. Do you guys want me to cast alarm as a ritual?
We should take precautions. Duke Blackner looks very concerned without his guard with him.
Well, everybody make sure you stay within, and I sort of mark off a 20-foot radius, and I'm going to cast alarm as a ritual. And what that will do is that will allow me to know if anybody's coming. So just basically the 20-foot cube around us. Whenever a tinier or larger creature crosses the area, I'm going to exclude everybody who's in the group here, but everybody else is going to everybody else is going to set it off. I think we lost Owen.
I think we lost Owen too.
He'll be back.
Yeah. All right, you alarm the place. Everything seems to be just fine.
You didn't bring, unless he's behind the fog of war, you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
bring Jack.
I'm on it.
There it
Okay,
is.
cool. This is the flop house.
This is just kind of the flop house.
Can we take a long rest?
Yeah, you can take anything you want.
Cool.
Any amount of rest you want.
Very good.
Yay! I have all
All
my
right.
hit points back.
You guys successfully get through the long rest, no problems. Duke Blackner seemed kind of uninterested in taking the rest, but he was obviously the first one to fall asleep. He was clearly more drained than he was trying to let on. He seems like a man with a lot of pride and a certain air of better than you kind of vibe.
Cool.
So,
I guess I hadn't added to my max health for the level up yet. So 8. Yeah, D10, right?
yeah, are you still missing some max health from the ick?
I don't remember the ick causing the max health problem.
Okay, that may not have been it. I ran another game where I played with that, so I wasn't sure which one it was.
I think it did until I got that part of it healed from the clerics.
Oh, you lay on hand it or whatever. Yeah. Right on. Okay, you're good to go. Okay, when you guys wake up, it's actually nighttime now because you guys went to bed at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like that. So if you only stay asleep for the typical 8 hours that you need, it's going to be about 2 in the morning.
Okay. What do you guys think about going and checking out the warehouse while the moon's still up?
I like to move at night.
Ballsy. Like it.
I know Locke works better under cover of darkness.
It's true.
After all, I can see in the dark. Not like you.
Duke Blackner tells you that this seems silly. We should get someplace safe and make sure everything's accounted for.
I mean, we're safe now.
We're in basically a urinal. I think that homeless people pee here.
It's safe
I'm
here.
not sure that I'd call this a safe place.
It's hard to fight back when you're holding your dick.
If Thalen says it's safe,
Speak for yourself, human.
I did speak for myself.
What's that, Locke?
I said if Thalen says it's safe, I believe it's safe.
What are we accounting for?
I do think, and I'm like kind of talking not to Duke at this point, just kind of around us. I think we need to unload our royal friend here before we go off adventuring.
The Tabaxi knows what he's talking about.
What do you need to account for, Duke?
I have been gone for weeks. I'm in charge of the vast financial empire that the king has erected. I must make sure nothing else has been taken. They took my keys. The only one I know for sure they asked about was this warehouse that you're going to. But they could have done any number of things with the access they had for those weeks.
All right.
I have a family. I have children. I mean, as far as they know, I'm dead.
Where's your place? Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to the center island back to the palace, or do you want to go home?
No, I will need to go to my manse. So Duke Blackner kind of looks at the map that you guys have and sorry about that. Points that he lives over here.
Okay.
The small island that's visible to the Sin Spire and just outside of the market district.
Yeah.
Can we walk most of the way there, or do we need a boat?
You do need a boat. There's an island. The cool little mansion picture kind of cut off the island weird.
Yeah.
So
it's so close. I just wondered if there was a bridge.
So there's definitely a ferry of some sort, and there is not a bridge because his mansion is the only mansion on the island. So essentially, it's like his own private little situation.
Hoity-toity, motherfucker.
Yes, he is. But he says there will be a boat waiting for him.
Is it expecting you?
Always. If I am not in the house, there is a boat at the dock.
Even if they think you're dead?
If I am not at the house, there is a boat at the dock. If there is not a boat at the dock, I will have things to say.
Okay.
Are you guys going to take him in?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I do want to ask though, do you have a manifest of what might be in the warehouse when we go investigate? So we might know if anything is missing.
No one has gone through this warehouse in nearly a century. I can't imagine there's anything of value there. This is the king's personal situation, and anything he doesn't have in his castle, I can't imagine why he even keeps. I assume it's sentimental trophies and garbage from his adventuring days.
I'm very interested now. Garbage
So that's a no.
That is a no, yes. This is generations before my time. The king, he's a quiet man, and he keeps his own private things very private.
Very well, and shall we get you home?
Excellent. Yes, we shall. Shall we? Shall. Yes, what you said. The Tabaxi is smart. I think you should listen to him more. I will put you in for accommodation with the king. He will be very pleased to hear how well you handled yourself. Take me. Let's go.
Let's do it.
So Duke Blackner really kind of wedges himself. If you're looking at like a 5 on a dice, he is the center dot. He has someone equidistant to him at all times. And if you guys attempt to move formation, he will move himself until he is right in the middle. And if you guys do not offer a middle of some sort, he will use his walking stick to gently corral you into the right place to make sure he is not on the exterior ever.
Okay, then.
Does this seem like typical royal behavior?
It seems like overly paranoid royal behavior. You would probably not guess typical, but this guy seems like he's been scared shitless. And you guys know he was tortured for weeks.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you saw some of the damage dealt to this guy. This guy may not be 100% right.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to put your mind at ease, Duke?
Get me to my manse and make sure they move the boat. If there's no boat, no one can get to the manse.
You know that's not the only boat, right?
There's no boat, no one can get to the manse. So it takes you guys about an hour. At this time of night, you're seeing a handful of people here and there, but most people kind of look at you and, I mean, they almost try to hide themselves as they see you. They kind of look away. It's very much the time of night where nobody's up to any good. And the people that are out are either homeless looking for a place to sleep, or they are looking to score drugs or something like that. You guys all know that this town specifically has a very big drug problem. There are a lot of people, especially that aren't well off, that are addicted to a handful of different substances. The biggest drug that you guys know of is called dragon's blood.
Is it like actually dragon's blood?
It is not. It is essentially like a red plant that is ground up and smoked. It's in dust kind of format when they pull it out. But it looks like tiny ground up dragon scales. It's got a really shiny kind of quality to it. You guys get to the dock, and sure enough, there is a boat there. There is nobody there with the boat. But the Duke holds up his, looks like a pin, like a brooch kind of thing that was holding his cloak together. And as he does, the brooch itself kind of illuminates, and so does a small crystal on the front of the boat. So the boat comes to life as he walks towards the dock.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
I told you the boat would be here.
Are you good from here?
I am good. My house does not appear to be on fire. I think they will be satisfied to see me alive. If you ever need anything from the finance side of things, come to me.
We'll be seeing you in a couple of levels.
Excellent. Duke Blackner takes off. And super eerie, the boat's super quiet, and it has this one bright green light on the front from that gem.
Sort of
and
like
there's just this,
sort of like the Harry Potter boat in episode 6.
I have no idea.
Where Dumbledore and Harry go to fight the zombies.
I have no idea.
All right, never mind.
The green light is actually a reference to The Great Gatsby. There was a green light at Gatsby's dock.
Yeah.
And the finance guy has a green light.
Fair enough.
But Harry Potter, I'm there. I have not read me the Harry Potter just yet. I have seen the movies. So theoretically, I should know what you're talking about. All right, the dock is safe, empty, nothing is there. This dock specifically looks like it was made for one boat. It's a very bizarre kind of horseshoe shape, and the boat is no longer there.
Hey, Jack.
Freaking internet.
We took the Duke home.
Yeah,
Okay.
Duke is home now. And we have rested.
Oh, that's good.
Long rested.
Yep. Everybody fix your hit points on your token.
Got that good rest.
Is this the token we fix it on? I thought we fixed it on the other one.
I have no idea, but I'm going to copy paste these everywhere we go. So I think you got to do it as I go.
All right. I'll fix it on this one real quick. There we go.
Got it.
Sweet. All right. Where are you guys going?
I assume we're going to the warehouse now.
Yes.
All right.
Check out this warehouse.
It'll be about 3:30 when you guys come to the warehouse. You got good directions from the Duke. The warehouse itself is in a very old part of town. These buildings are easily hundreds of years old. They're not even in the same architecture that the rest of the buildings are. They're small, flat houses, essentially, like very long, very wide, with very tall roofs, very steep pitches on the roof. And they have kind of terracotta tile roofs, where you're mostly seeing slate shingles in the modern buildings, and occasionally a metallized roof, like a brass or something like that, or bronze roof. These are very squat little buildings. You're probably talking 6 feet tall with the building itself. And then obviously the pitched roof would give you a lot more space once you're in there.
Being a warehouse, this is in a warehouse district, I'm assuming. Sort of like.
This is in what you might call a multi-purpose district. This is clearly something that was at one point on the water in some kind of dock area, but it's clearly not used anymore.
Okay.
Whatever this was at one point is very much left that now. This is a couple houses. There's some residential areas. There's a handful of old buildings like this. There's a few buildings that are kind of ruined and look like they've really fallen apart.
Does it look flammable?
It does not. These are all made out of stone and then terracotta tops.
And this is the
Thank
door?
God we are
This
safe.
is the door, yep.
Okay.
This looks decidedly sturdier than any of the places you've been to. The door is essentially two barn doors that slide across, large enough that you could take a wheelbarrow or a cart in.
Okay. And we have the key, right?
You do. Duke Blackner gave you the key, so you guys are good to go.
Locke, you want to see what you can do with the key?
Are there any windows?
There are literally no windows.
No windows.
It is all solid stone stacked stone.
Okay.
It kind of reminds you of the Cotswolds, kind of that dry stack cobblestone kind of vibe.
And how tall is this building?
The actual building's about 6 feet, but the roof is heavily peaked. So at the very top of the roof, you're probably more like 20 feet or 18 feet.
Okay.
But the wall is only 6 feet tall.
Okay. And no skylights or anything like that?
Not that you can see from here, and with the pitch, you feel like you'd be able to see something if there was.
Right. Okay. Sure. Give me the old key. I'll approach the door. Kind of inspect it and see is it like a really advanced looking lock?
It is not advanced at all looking. It looks very, very old, but a century ago, your guess is this is one of the better locks one could get.
Okay.
It's incredibly thick, incredibly strong. The lock around the mechanism, the housing itself looks like it's half an inch thick, solid metal. You think somebody without a key would take quite a bit of time and quite a bit of effort to break through this.
Okay. And it doesn't look tampered with?
It does not. But you do know that they had the key.
Right. Okay. So I'll look over my shoulder really quickly just for for reassurance, and I'll put the key in and turn it and see what happens.
Okay, it turns and clicks. Everything seems like it's going fine.
All right, I will very slowly crack open the door and peek inside.
All right. What you're going to see, you actually have dark vision, so the doors don't actually crack open so much as they slide apart, and they can slide up to 10 feet apart. So you're going to get a really nice kind of view of right here in the center. And then it's going to kind of...
Do you hear anything in there?
The more I'm into this, the more I'm mildly interested in getting premium.
Locke, do you hear anything in there?
I don't see anything, and do I hear anything?
Give me a perception check. You don't hear a single rustle. Everything seems to be quiet on the home front.
Okay, I turn and say it's quiet, it's still. I don't see much. It is pretty dark in there. If you'd like me to go ahead and
Let's check it out.
look ahead before you get in there, more than happy to do so.
I think I learned my lesson from our last fight.
Wait, he learned? Wait. Say again. I didn't think I heard that right.
I like that the scholar is learning.
I mean, I learned slowly, but I learned.
Oh, baby bird.
Let the kitty go check it out.
All right. So I'm gonna tiptoe on in and hug the south wall heading west.
Okay.
Right behind you.
Stand by the door.
As you go across, I mean, this is this strange... It's like walking into an antique shop. Everything smells musty. It smells a little bit half rotten. You see piles of what you can only describe as junk. And then you see a bright metal disc that looks like it's easily the size of a carriage. All these things, I mean, none of them seem to fit together. It looks like you took 7 different styles and meshed them together. Everything seems like it came from a different land, like a different geography, a different culture, a different people. And the room itself has this eerie high ceiling where it's so high up, it's dark. The eaves and things like that seem to be hiding shadows, slowly kind of moving around with that little bit of night that you have coming out of the door. Little bits seem to move every now and then, but you can't quite place that there's anything there.
Okay. I'm going to come back to the door, and I'm going to just kind of whisper to the group. I don't know if there's anything in here or not. Up in the ceiling, it's very dark. I might be my eyes playing tricks on me, but I do think something's moving around. We may want to get some light in here.
I can take care of that.
Please don't burn the building down.
It's made of stone.
It is made of stone.
Don't burn the building down.
Okay, I have a torch.
Does have one. Forgot. Still had that.
I can light the torch.
We could use the light. I'm all for it.
I mean, Rogar, you want to do light?
Yeah. We could use some light. I'd say go with the torch.
All right. Light a torch. Hand it to Rogar.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
take it.
Rogar, show me where you're going, baby.
Since you guys don't trust me with fire.
I think that's silly of them.
And then I'm gonna head directly to that shiny metal disc.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll head over there with him too. What about here?
Okay, 5, 10, 20. So you
You're
guys
all in
can,
range.
with a torch there, you can pretty much see, at least in dim light, most of the room then.
Seeing that nobody's in here, I'm going to go investigate what's up over here and light another
right.
torch.
Okay, if you light another torch, you're good. Otherwise, you're in dim light.
Light
Locke,
another torch.
the disc that you're looking at appears to have a strange kind of symbol kind of set, almost like a hieroglyphic of sorts. All of the pictographs have an odd geometric angular vibe, and they seem to be depicting some kind of temple and worship center.
Maybe our genius boy would understand what this is with all his schooling.
I mean, I could probably read it. But I'm busy checking out something else over here.
Okay, Rick, what are you looking at?
The thing that looks like a scrying pool that's being held by a dragon claw.
It is a huge crystal fountain. The whole thing is easily a 5-foot radius, maybe 4-foot radius, made of glass, as far as you can tell.
Okay.
Ornately carved, tons of symbols and signs and odd angles and things like that, but the well itself seems to be empty.
Okay, do I recognize any of the writing?
It's not writing so much as it's images and things like that.
Okay.
You can make a religion check to take a peek if you want to do a religion check.
Yep. I will do religion.
That is an excellent religion check. So, taking a look at it, you think this is some sort of piece that has something to do with the triune gods, the three war gods
Okay.
of the light. So, Adalera, Tishrid, and Set. Excuse me.
Worshipping Adalera, do I notice anything that specifically calls her out?
No, this is obviously old, like very, very old. This is something that you're not used to seeing. This right now would be the centerpiece of a temple. If this were somewhere, this would literally be something that people would erect a temple just to put this in the middle of.
And this
Mhm.
doesn't seem like something that would have been in the city. Looks like maybe it was brought back here as a conquest
100%.
to go
Yep.
along with what Duke Blackner said, that these are from the king's adventuring days sort of deal.
Yep,
Cool.
100%.
What about the dead guy laying down next to me? I mean, that looks like a dead body.
It is most certainly a dead body. It is wrapped in small pieces of cloth. But we're going to go ahead and let Rogar and Jack tell me what they're doing before you can investigate a second thing.
Cool.
Rogar, Jack, what you got for me?
Want to take a closer look at this disc. Have any sort of speak to me? Does it speak to me religiously through my worshipings of Set at all?
I mean, you can go ahead and give me a religious check.
Yeah, it's not going to
But
be a
nothing-
great one, probably. But.
Nothing pops up right off the bat.
All right. I don't really have much in terms of religion checks, but
You did pretty well there. You wouldn't guess that this is any particularly modern religion, but in your brief amount of studies, you actually do recall that some of the tribes that were here before the civilization kind of happened worshipped kind of the light and the dark, and this looks like it is showing the dichotomy of light and dark. On one side, you see kind of the worship of the shadow, and on the other side, you see the worship of the sun.
I see.
So Adalera is the goddess of the sun. As far as the shadow goes, it could be You're going to guess, actually, there's some serpent references and stuff like that. You're going to guess that it's probably something to do with Hitticron. Your two big gods of darkness are going to be Aishrod and Hitticron. Aishrod's the god of ravens. He's kind of the big bad. And then Hitticron's the god of lies and serpents and things like that.
All right.
Jack, what do you got for me?
I'm moving in. I'm kind of like splitting my attention between Rodgar and Locke and Rick, what's your character's name again? Decimus. I'm also kind of keeping a leery eye up towards the ceiling due to Locke's previous description of the room.
With the torches, you can now see there are wooden rafters up in the ceiling. They have various stone kind of posts holding them up, and then they have various metal pieces adjoining them, so they look very, very sturdy.
Doesn't look like anything's moving around as far as like a natural.
Give me a perception check. Right now, the torches are dancing quite a bit, so you're going to get a lot of reflection and odd kind of light dancing.
Are they sexy dancing?
Sexy dancing. All right. You see the torches kind of moving and flickering, but that's about all you see.
It's amazing. I have a +5, and I rolled terrible.
It happens. All right, Locke, you're up.
So I look up from the disc and
Could you
notice
real quick, then?
that there's like a room within the room. Is that what I'm seeing?
That seems to be what you're seeing, yeah.
And that definitely strikes my interest. So, I want to go look at this room within a room.
Yep. Okay, so what you're seeing is literally a small room made out of iron. Iron wall, iron ceiling, and some kind of silvery metallic door. The door has a strange set of levers that you'd be used to seeing on a safe, only in some kind of archaic design. Nothing as technological as you'd seen before. There are runes kind of embedded in it that make them look arcane, possibly. You can tell someone has recently been fiddling with it, but you can't tell whether they were able to get it open or not.
I'm gonna pull a lever.
Okay. You pull a lever and you hear a little bit of a grinding sound internally. Other than that, nothing really happens.
Do I have any inclination of like just by the layout of the levers, how it moves and like the action of the lever?
So there are 4 levers going across the door itself, and each lever has a set of symbols inscribed on it that seem to be arcane. As you're pulling the lever, you can tell that you are only kind of making a portion of it work. You can tell that this is more than just mechanical.
Okay. I don't think I could really tell if it's magical, but I'm gonna try.
You cannot tell.
Yeah, this is pretty cool for sure.
This looks really cool.
And it being as old as it is, you have a very difficult time telling if it's in fact arcane or if these are just arcane scrawlings that might mean something to someone. It does not have necessarily a obvious, yes, this is a spell, yes, this is a ritual, yes, this is anything, honestly.
That looks really cool. I'm going to come check it out.
Okay.
Does any of it seem to be written in ancient?
No, it's all arcane symbols.
All right, well then I'm going to do an Arcana check. 16.
A 16, you can tell that it's definitely arcane, but it seems to be outside of anything you've seen before.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell Locke, like, look, man, I can tell that this is magical, but this is way beyond anything I've ever seen before. I don't know what's going on.
Do the symbols match anything that we saw on this disc earlier?
Nope, actually, they seem to be made of a completely different style.
Okay.
The disc itself seems to be very squared and angular representations of animals and things like that. Almost like stick figures, if you will. This seems to be very ornate. Think Asian writing, something like that, calligraphy, something very, very swoopy and interesting.
I gotcha.
Fucked up.
Well, do we have any instructions for how these levers work anywhere around here? Let's keep digging. Maybe we can come across something.
All right, it's going to be Rogar and Jack's turn. Unless Decimus has anything else for me.
My Arcana check was what I wanted to do.
Cool. Yep.
Does it look like there's like what are these over here?
Piles of paperwork. It looks like a lot of maps, a couple books, bits and pieces that have, I don't want to say fallen off, but they have already started to rot.
I gotcha. Might take a look at those, see if there's anything in there that pertains to what we're seeing in here.
Sure. As you kind of start going through them, a couple of them start deteriorating in your hand.
Oh. Probably better stop looking through those. Anybody have a method of leaning over these without destroying them?
These things are much older than you have ever thought of being.
It doesn't look like I can actually gather any information just looking at these, though, without destroying them. The same.
Not with what you're doing right now.
I don't know if I have much of anything, but let's see if I can take a look here. I can at least do a history check to see how old these are.
You can definitely do that.
Okay.
With a 14, you're going to place these things at least 200 to 300 years old, and as old as 1,000 years old for some of those pieces of paper.
Oh, wow.
No wonder they were falling to pieces in your hands.
Yeah, no kidding.
So we are talking older than anything you've probably handled on your own.
I gotcha. I'm still afraid of touching any of this. I don't really have much of anything I can use to just kind of lean over this information magically, I don't think.
All right. You've done a couple things. Jack, you are up.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah, I had you muted for a reason. So what is this?
It's a treasure chest.
Oh. Well, that's fun.
What's in the box?
No. Just kind of looking. Does this look like its own self-contained building then?
Yeah, it's got walls and a top roof, all made of metal.
Okay, so this
some kind of silverish metal door.
So that doesn't look like a corridor so much as.
If from right there, that's all you see.
Okay.
If you're willing to go further in, you might see more.
Yeah, I'll take a peek around it.
All right. From where you are, you're going to see this.
Yeah.
This looks like the building was specifically built away from the wall, so it didn't touch any exterior walls themselves. And again, the building is made out of a very fortified metal.
It's kind of like a safe room, then. That's really cool. We'll move back to here. It looks like it's its own room within a room. In a room.
Completely self-contained.
Soundproof, maybe?
I don't know, maybe.
Like soundproofing. That's one of the ways you can do it.
Or it could be a safe. I don't know.
What happens when you kick it?
I've got big feet.
Has anyone decided to kick it?
DM, you're not allowed to chime in with that.
I'm just wondering if anyone has decided to kick it.
Negative.
You're not going to kick it?
I think Jack should kick it.
Kick it.
Like you're just going to kick a
knock
small
on the front
portion
door
of
with
the
your
wall?
head. What do you think about that?
Funny you should say that about kicking it, because I wasn't gonna kick it, but I was gonna pound on it.
You
I
can
was gonna-
use his head.
I was gonna walk around the side and just like kind of bang on it with both paws as I walk around and
Right.
like see if I can tell how thick it is, if I hear anything.
Sure, it makes a very kind of hollow kind of boom sound.
And I just kind of do that all the way around.
Yep, it is definitely a large hollow room. You don't hear anything that doesn't seem perfectly the same size as the other spots. Almost to a very odd degree. You think this is exactly the same thickness all the way around, and you're willing to bet this is nearly a foot thick of metal. This has to be the thickest, sturdiest wall you've ever heard of.
Okay, we are not getting in unless we figure out these levers.
And there
Agreed.
are 3 levers?
Four
What
levers.
4
Four
levers.
levers.
There's 4 levers and 4 of us. How about we all just grab one and pull? See what happens.
Simultaneously.
Oh,
You
they're all
already-
the same color.
All right, you guys can all squeeze in next to each other if you all want to pull a lever. That can
I'll
definitely
give it a
happen.
shot. Sounds like a good plan. Any I've heard so far.
I mean, no one else recognizes the runes, I assume. So,
I just got over it. I just got over here, so I don't know.
I mean, it's not anything.
There are arcane runes that nobody seemed to
They,
recognize.
are the levers, Jack? You said different colors. Are the levers different colors?
They are not. The levers all look exactly the same.
All right. Well, let's
Are
pull.
they all in the same positions, or are they all in different positions?
They are all in the same position. They were all up.
Okay.
They all can go down.
I say we do it on 3.
1,
1,
2.
2.
I need Locke over by the door. I'm sorry. If we're going to do it, Locke needs to be there as well.
Do you want us to group up on the 4 spaces in front of it, or or
You
stack?
can, all 4 is fine. You're fine that way.
Okay.
I know where you are. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you guys all put your hands on the levers, and as each of the 4 of you touch the lever, there is a strange glow with the arcane symbol there.
Whoa.
Each
Whoa.
arcane symbol glows a little bit just as you touch the levers each.
Does anything else happen?
Have you pulled the levers yet?
1, 2, 3. Pull the levers.
Okay, so you're all pulling at the exact same time?
yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
3.
Well, I don't know. Do I need an athletics or acrobatics check for that?
You don't. You
Let's
don't.
pull
You
on
guys
a
can time
fucking
that kind of
lever.
stuff. As you guys all pull the levers, you actually see them go down, and all the arcane symbols along the door slowly start to light up. The doors begin to glow. The silvery iron that you saw out there radiates almost daylight as far as you can tell. Something so bright that any of you that does not hold a torch currently, has been kind of in dim light, is going to be blinded for 1 round.
Oh, well, that's new.
And the door opens up. As it does, a magic mouth appears. And it says, "Only the Oathbound may enter. Once you have entered, you can never close this door."
So
What
we
the
can
fuck?
just close the door and go away, right?
I don't think the magic mouth answers questions.
It does not. In fact, it disappears.
I mean, the Oathbound is us. I feel like we should go in.
But then the door won't close.
Does the door need to close?
I don't know, but it was closed before.
I think it was waiting for us.
Insert Metrovania reference.
Let's go.
I
Rogard?
agree with the schoolboy.
Those look intriguing.
You just agree with him because he likes paws.
I do love the pie.
I mean, who doesn't love a nice pie?
Oh, we were sent here for a reason. This must have something to do with why.
I'm gonna grab Jack by the hand and walk in.
Okay, so you're all going in.
Yes.
Yes.
I push the paladin in front of me.
That's fine. I'll take it.
All right. As you guys enter, essentially you come to what looks to be a large golden altar. At the top of that golden altar is some sort of crystal staff. Small rod, scepter. Scepter is a better word for it. About a 2.5 foot long rod with a bright sunshine on the top of it. The scepter itself appears to be made out of glass. It's got intricate cuts, etc. It looks very similar to the pool that you saw outside. And it is glowing brightly.
This is arcane as fuck.
Is the glow similar to that of the warden as we went down into the dungeons?
Significantly brighter. So that guy had what was a daylight spell. This looks to be more than that. It looks to be more than arcane. This looks to be arcane and divine and primal all at the same point. If you look in the center of the sun portion, inside the crystal, you see what almost looks like a white hot molten bit of rock that seems to be in that center of the crystal. And it is brighter than the sun itself as far as you can tell right now.
Like a piece
Do
of
we
the
feel
sun.
any heat coming off of it?
You feel intense heat coming out of that spot specifically.
Okay. Do I see any like gloves? Thing?
You do not.
I start to reach out towards it.
Okay.
Anybody stopping me?
No, I like you as you're reaching to it to like see if you know we approve. I'm like nodding.
Yep. I pick it up.
Okay. I need a constitution constitution saving throw.
Oh Jesus. Oh, boom.
I think you're good.
Okay.
Use that.
It hurts. It hurts a whole lot. You have a feeling it hurts enough that it is going to be trying to suck energy out of you.
Oh, wow. I put it back down. No, nope, 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 nope. I start backing away towards the door.
Andrew jittered out.
Every single round. Oh no, my
Wait,
internet
what?
connection is unstable. Can you see me now?
All
Am I
we
back?
saw was
Am I
every
back?
single round.
All I heard was sucking my soul and then get cut to every single round.
Okay, sorry. So where was? Oh, sorry. So you're gonna feel like you're gonna need to make a save every single round
If I hold on to it.
if you hold on to it.
Nope.
Which he
Nope,
is
nope,
not.
nope, nope. Put it right back down. Nope, 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 nope. Start back towards the door.
I'm gonna
So-
roll an Arcana and not know very much about arcane stuff.
You do not. You do know that this is both arcane and divine, though. You very much feel some divinity here, and you feel a strange primal sense. A pre-human, a pre-elf, a pre-all of you kind of feel to that piece in the center of that sun.
We was here before you. So nope, 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 nope.
Must be.
I don't know what to do with this.
I really
Continue to
have no
back out and
All right,
behind
Jack,
the paladin.
as you back out,
Somebody came in from outside.
Of course. Snakes!
I probably should have shut that door before we went in here.
It won't shut.
I'm at the warehouse door.
Oh, the other door. Nah.
Yeah, the one we can shut.
Oh, that one.
Jack, in your mind, you hear, "Thank you for opening the door."
Nope, 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 nope.
And I need initiative.
And
Where's my initiative?
Oh, damn it.
suck.
Let me. Sorry,
Hold
let
up,
me
I think I
click my
gotta pull up
character and do that
initiative
again.
counter. There we go.
I'm so fast, guys.
Rogar got a 3.
Yeah.
Wow, I got a 7 twice in a row. Amazing. These dice are just loving me tonight.
Did you mean for the Shadow Knight to be in there?
Nope, I deleted him.
Is she a snake too?
Not that you can tell. She is obviously female. She is wearing all black robes with a hooded cowl. The hooded cowl really disguises much of her face. And, alright, I hate it when that happens. Gotta put Decimus in between. So, she, again, barely looks up. The shadows seem to kind of weave into her hood. You almost never see light glinting off anything bright like an eye socket, anything moist like your eyeballs or anything like that. And you don't see her moving any bit of her facial muscles.
That's not weird
So,
at all.
Locke, you are first.
Okay. Clearly, this is an enemy that needs to die.
What? No, no way.
So, Locke is going to, in one hand, draw the long dagger that he got, and in the other hand, a short sword. And attempt to slip through Decimus, Rogar, and Jack.
Come on through, buddy.
You can get through. It's double movement to go through any friendly squares.
No.
So, that was 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I'm going to come up to this snake here. And with the long dagger in one hand, I am going to attack. The snake?
Oh, yeah. And that long dagger is for sure +1. So as you're playing with it, +1 to hit, +1 to damage.
Okay.
There might be something else along with it, but mechanically it is a +1 dagger.
Okay. So then that is
yeah, you got 7.
yeah, 7.
Okay.
And then I will use my fancy footwork to dance away as I stab that one.
Okay.
AKA bonus action for
Disengage.
No, so it's actually the swashbuckler has fancy footwork, so when you make a melee attack against a creature, it can't make opportunity attacks
Nice.
Oh, nice.
against you. So you basically use that.
So you don't have to
disengage. So then you can use your bonus action to swing offhand on this lady here.
Okay.
And I'm trying, but it's going very slowly. There we go.
Oh,
You hit.
Is that a crit?
no.
No.
It
Oh,
would
it's
be
a
nice.
nice-
One off. Oh, nice.
Okay. 6 damage to her.
And 6 damage. And let's see. So I have some movement left. I'm just gonna move away a couple squares to finish.
That is going to be difficult terrain moving into the garbage. Essentially, there's paperwork, there's small knickknacks, stuff like that. You're dodging and kind of bobbing and weaving through all kinds of shit.
Okay, I should have had because I have 60 feet.
Okay.
Uh,
That is just fine.
yeah. So okay, and that'll do it for me.
Okay. First snake is coming your way. Snake rolls. 16 hit.
Yes.
Okay. So you take 1 damage, and I need a constitution save from you. You're good. Oh, and 8 does not hit you, I assume?
Nope. Misses.
They don't seem to have any problem with the difficult terrain or objects, things like that. They're kind of crawling all over stuff, and they're able to still fight just fine. That snake gets a crit all up in your face.
What?
So you take 6 damage, and I need a con save from you.
Oof.
All right, you, my friend, have what we call the ick.
Oh.
So you are poisoned. Poisoned means that you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Okay. These two are going to sit right in between her because they can't get up to you guys. All right, Decimus, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to firebolt at. Oh wait, never mind. Locke moved out of the way. So I'm going to move up, and let's do burning hands.
Okay.
15-foot cone. So I'm gonna go this way to
Okay.
get the snakes and stuff, and leave my buddy Locke out of it.
Yep. So you'll be able to get 2 snakes in the.
2 snakes and the lady. Yep.
Yep. Great. And it is a reflex save.
It is.
Okay. The snakes have +3, so snake number 1, snake number 2, and then the lady has a +1 reflex. So I got a 19, 5, and a 15.
My spell save is a 13, And
Okay.
then you take half damage on a save. I tried to cast it a second ago, and it didn't actually do anything. So let me roll my dice for that. Burning Hands is 3d6.
Okay.
13.
13. Okay.
Half
Great.
damage on a save.
Perfect. The one that you did hit for all the marbles is bloodied.
I see what I did wrong. I didn't refresh my spell slots. I have to manually do that. Oh, wait, rest. Sorry.
I know bloodied is not a 5th edition condition, but I do like using it. I think it's very helpful. So the snake with the red dot will be bloodied.
Cool.
Okay. The female is going to go, and I need a willpower save from Decimus, Jack, and Rogar. Wisdom. You get it.
Oh, I fail.
Yes, you do. You are actually the only one that fails. You drop whatever you're holding, and you move your entire movement away from her on your next turn. You cannot attack her, and you cannot move closer to her.
Do I drop my stuff now?
Let me double check. That is a fair enough question.
Yeah, I'm carrying my spell focus is my quarterstaff and my spell book. So
it will be at the start of your turn that you drop everything, but you get disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you can see her.
Okay. And I can't attack my next turn, right?
Huh? You can. You just have to run for your movement.
Okay. But I can disengage first?
You drop. No. You drop all your shit and you just run
away. Okay. Cool.
So they get to attack you, but you do get your action afterwards. You just can't come any closer to her.
That's fair. Cool.
All right. She is going to move. Actually, she's going to stay right where she is. All right. Party's turn. We got Jack.
Bonus shillelagh.
Why did it have to be snakes?
It's always snakes, baby.
I think I'll stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Chili, yay.
Yeah.
Why are you going with advantage or disadvantage?
Because I'm poisoned?
Oh, yeah, you are. That's right. A dude with that little icon on you. Nice. You miss.
Obviously.
I mean, some things can have a 9.
Zombies have an 8, so...
These things are very easy to hit.
You say this like they're easy to hit.
Rogar, you're up.
Alright, is that poison something I can recover and regenerate with lay on hands?
Is lay on hands just disease, or is it also poisons? I'm not positive.
I can spend 5 points to heal a disease, I think. Let me double check that.
Alright, let's see what it says.
Lay on hands. Alternative, you can spend 5 hit points from your pool of healing to cure the target of one disease or neutralize one poison effect.
Yep, you can get rid of it.
I'm going to do that.
Cool.
Get rid of that ick.
Owen, you no longer have the ick.
The ick. The
Rogar the Purifier.
Yeah. Also, I'm currently holding the torch, right?
You had a torch, yes.
Is it okay if I just set that down, bring out the axe and the shield, just get myself fully ready for battle here?
It is.
I'm going to try to move myself. Can this snake see me?
So this snake would have disadvantage because you're around a corner, or you get +2 for cover. This one can for sure see you.
I was wanting to just kind of move a little bit closer, but I wasn't sure if that thing could see me if I moved away.
You can move through Owen Square, and you won't have to disengage anybody. You could put yourself right here if you want to be right there.
Yeah, Just kind of getting everyone's way here. Just kind of get up and ready.
Perfect. Locke, you sir are up.
All right. So bonus action, I'm going to swing offhand with my short sword at this snake.
Yep. Faux show. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just enough to distract him as I
Ow!
It tickled.
prance away. Prance away behind the woman
Okay.
with my good hand, my hour hand, as I'm calling it, and will backstab that biatch.
Sounds like a lovely call.
Rookie biatch.
18 super hits.
All right, and I forgot last time that my rocket shot audacity allows me to use my sneak attack without having another creature there, so we'll do that and
Cool.
then sneak attack.
Nice. She is
14,
okay. She is bloodied.
and then I will grandstand on this pallet. It looks like maybe.
Yep.
And just kind of let out a growl.
Excellent. I like it. You're very scary.
Very, very scary.
Very nervous about you. All right. Snake's turn.
I'm gonna get
We're
bit.
go-
Yeah.
We're going after 1 on Rick, 2 on Rick. Look at you go, Rick. All right. 1 on Rogar, 2 on Rogar. Am I even rolling?
Am I even rolling?
1 on Jack. Does a 13 hit you, Jack?
On the nose.
Do you
All right,
mean
so-
D&D, bro?
Jack, you take 1 damage. I need a con save from you.
Better.
You're fine. Yeah, okay. And lock on. Oh my god, that was probably the worst set of combat rolls I have ever seen or heard of. So, Locke, you are perfectly safe. Decimus, please don't be as bad as I am. For the
No
sake of your
guarantees.
party, for the sake of the realms, please roll better than me.
Firebolt on the lady in the back.
Okay,
In the
she gets
back.
cover from her people.
Okay. Well, if she
You're
gets,
shooting through her people.
she gets
You still
cover-
hit with a 21.
Yeah. 4 damage.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't do that. I drop all my shit and run away.
Yes, you do. You are feared.
I am totally
You're
a
full
fear.
movement away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away.
Yep.
And so I'm gonna firebolt that snake instead of her because I can still see
Yep.
that snake.
And you definitely hit with that, and you definitely end that snake's meager, miserable existence.
Fuck you, snake.
Okay, are you through?
I'm done.
All right, you are not feared at the end of her turn. She melts into a small puddle of shadow, and 2 of you guys see her reform from that shadow into a black, ooze-like humanoid and reach out and touch the small, the rod that's sitting on the pedestal. She seems willing to grab it. You can see kind of the darkness about her cowering and cringing and running away, and you can see the light dim just a little bit as she touches it. Okay, it's Jack's turn.
Well, this is awkward. Well, I can't fucking disengage.
I've got these snakes. You can take her out.
Well. Hmm.
You get disadvantage if you fire a ranged weapon with somebody up in your face.
Usually, unless you've got
Yeah,
feats for
unless
it.
you have crossbow expert.
Okay.
Andrew, no, I'll just do it. I won't disengage from a snake, so he gets a free attack.
2 of them actually get a free attack.
Oh, yeah, you're right, 2.
So we're going to roll and roll. I think that 14 gets you for 3 damage, and I need a save on the poison. Owen?
Yeah, I heard you.
Gotcha. Cool. You fail, so you are again poisoned. You once more have the yuck yuck.
He's not
what did I
dead.
do? I X'd you.
He's not
There you
dead.
go.
Like, oh,
He
jeez.
might be. He might be.
He's only nearly dead.
All right, so you get disadvantage to fighting her. You miss.
It's all right. She's engaged.
She is. Rogar.
Whirlwind attack. Go.
All these snakes around me. Got fun. Fend them off here. Let's see. Yeah, probably better finish this one off first.
The bloodied one has taken the most damage.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where's my... There it is. Couldn't find it for a second.
Unfortunately, a 10 is one off. These things have an armor class of 11.
Motherfuckers.
And
Lock what you got.
Oh well, I'm gonna poke at this snake. See what I can do.
Armor class 11.
And I'm gonna get frustrated and swing my other sword at it.
Yep.
And, nick it a little bit.
You definitely nicked the crap out of it. It has been nicked.
And I will run this way.
You're ridiculous. I love it. I assume you're avoiding engaging the other two?
Yeah.
Not a problem. You can easily sidestep that. Okay, snakes on a plane are going to go after our good buddy Rogar here with 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I hit Rogar once.
4 attacks.
The other one's coming in just to make it 5 because I'm really embarrassed that I missed that many times.
No hits.
And now
hits
we have
for you.
0 hits. All right, super. That was fun. Fucking snakes. All right, Decimus, you are up. You're no longer feared. You are good to go.
I'm going to move here. I'm going to spin around away from the snakes. And she is going to get hit with a magic missile at
Can you
second
do that
level.
without your focus?
Then I can pick up my stuff from
All right.
over here. I'll be right there and pick up my stuff. Does that take my full action to pick up my stuff?
All right, you can pick up 1 focus as a bonus action, but to pick everything up will be a full action.
All right. Well, I will pick up my. I'm going to pick up my staff because that's my spell focus,
Okay.
and I'm going to leave my spell book on the ground,
Okay.
and then fire magic missile at second
Cool.
level at her.
Bring on that damage.
So she gets 14 damage.
Okay. She stares right at you, and in your mind you hear, "This isn't the end." And she melts into a pool of shadow.
Fuck me.
As she stared right at you, you swear she had no eyes.
That's creepy.
Did she take the staff with her?
No, the staff is sitting on the ground right in front of you.
In front of me?
Or in front of Jack.
Jack.
Sorry.
Okay.
Right in front of Jack.
Oh, so did she say that to me?
Nope.
To me.
She said that to the one who shot her.
Okay, just make sure.
Okay.
I picked it up, but I don't like to.
All right, Jack, you are up.
I consider picking the staff back up and placing it back on the altar, but I did not like the feeling it had last time, so I'm going to continue to attempt to swing at snakes.
Okay. Then you got him. Yep. There you go. Right on.
Chili, yeah.
I believe in you, Owen. I believe in you.
Dude, I got disadvantage. It's
I know
hard
you
enough
do.
to try and hit things normal.
Ah, so close.
Close.
All right,
Not close.
Rogar, you're up.
How many of these snakes can I hit with a cone here?
You can get at least 2 of them where you're at. You can get.
If I aim for that one in the corner, is that 3 of them?
I'll let you get 3. I don't really know how the math works on that, but I'll allow it.
And yeah, I'm gonna aim the cone right around here. Try to grab these 3 that are kind of in that.
All right, I'll give you all 3.
All right,
Is it a reflex?
it's my breath weapon.
Oh, snap, breath weapon.
Right, but what is it? A reflex save or
Con.
con save? Okay, that's better. Snakes have -1 con, so what? Oh, Rogar did this stuff. Okay, cool. So we got a 13, a 13, and a 2. So the last one misses.
Yeah, so the 13 got it. So 13's got it. So that's half the.
And everybody takes half damage. Yep. All right,
So
that guy
everyone missed.
dies.
I'll be right back,
Alrighty.
guys.
Yep. Okay, Rogar, you are done. Locke, you are up. Or I assume you're done, Rogar.
Yeah.
I apologize.
All right.
Locke, what you got?
Oh, I got more stabby, I think. I'm gonna come up using my select tool. I will take my token and move it.
Cool.
There. And I will swing with my good
Oh,
hand.
yeah.
And using that along with sneak attack, it seems a little overkill.
It is dead.
Murder that.
You murdered the shit out of that.
And bonus action, I'll swing
Okay,
at this one.
that it?
I can't miss.
You cannot.
Hey,
It is bloodied now.
the dice have to love somebody.
What, did you see his damage roll?
Hey, it doesn't matter. He's hitting.
Yeah.
Done.
Cool. All right, Locke, you are through. Oh, now you are through.
You know, if we were playing table rules.
Now, he didn't say he was done. I was the one that said he was done. That was inappropriate of me to announce when he's finished when he is not done. All right, they're all attacking Rogar still. They seem super pissed off that they keep missing you. I got a crit.
Got him. Crit.
All right,
Yeah,
so
no.
the crit gives you 6 damage, and you need a Constitution save.
Con save.
Pretty good at that.
DC 12 con save. You are poisoned.
Damn it. So 6 damage.
Welcome to the club.
6 damage, yep. All right, snakes are done. Decimus, Jack, then Rogar.
Firebolt the bloodied one.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
5 damage.
That is a dead snake.
And pick up my spell book.
All right.
I'm done.
Jack.
Jack?
It only clicks so quick,
You
guys.
hit, Jack. You hit. Aren't you excited? You hit.
9 damage, bludgeoning. Bitches.
He is bloodied.
Just like
I apologize. That guy was bloodied too. Okay, Jack, Rogar, you have disadvantage to fight now.
I know, I've been rolling disadvantage.
I said Rogar, dude. Sorry.
No.
It's his
Damage
first round being
is-
poisoned.
With the axe. Pull that
You hit?
up. Yes.
Disadvantage be damned.
fuck you, disadvantage.
Oh, Jesus, that thing's dead.
Bloody the fuck out of that one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing's super dead.
Assuming that was one that critted me earlier, I'm just fucking pissed off at him.
That black iron axe makes quick work of snakes.
Yeah, dude. Orcish Black Iron's no joke.
It is no joke.
All
You
right,
need to put some
Lock.
spikes in your club, Jack.
Then it's on Mason.
Only
He's
if
not allowed
there
to use it.
wouldn't.
Go poke this last snake.
You hit? It does not die actually from that.
But with
Well,
the
now it
snake
does.
attack, it
Yep.
will.
Yeah, it does. Okay. You're good to go.
Loot the bodies.
All right. You get a lot of snake faces.
One of
creepy.
them
You're
is
not,
flat.
you're not sure what the snake face market is, but you're not sure there's going to be a great gold equivalent to this.
Collect all the snake faces.
You get all the snake faces you want.
I'm gonna cut the head off the one that Jack flattened and sort of hand it to him like a trophy. You did it!
Nice. He did, in fact, did it.
You done it.
All right. So you guys are now once again alone in the dark warehouse with the strange kind of light dancing around the rafters.
I
and
think she.
an incredibly bright light coming out of this iron room.
I think she was after the staff. Rod.
He's
Yeah,
after me, Rod.
They always
Clodril.
are.
so clearly, dark forces are drawn to it.
Stick.
Rogar, how's your constitution?
It's +1.
I have a +3 to constitution. How do you guys feel
Yeah,
about
but he's
the
probably also like trained in it though.
No, Paladin, it's wisdom and charisma.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could put it into something and carry it. Say, pat this treasure chest here. Say something like that.
Sure.
Can you open it?
Yeah, I'll try and open it.
Want this one right here?
I'm in the room keeping an eye on the staff.
Cool. What's in the chest?
Lock, give me a open locks. Or thieves' tools, or whatever it is these days. Lock actually doesn't get this bad boy open.
What?
Do you want me to burn it open?
Blasphemy. Saw that coming.
Needs to be intact to keep our rod in. I'm just being overly cautious, I guess. Yeah, that's what it is.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Should I take my axe to the lock then?
Give me an athletics, or you can do damage straight up, depending on how you want to try to do it. You
I
want
thought
to force it open, or do you want to break it open?
I'm gonna try to force this thing open.
Give me an athletics. Pretty darn good athletics. You kind of use your axe as a...
disadvantage, didn't I?
You got 2 15s. It's fine. It's pretty easy to tell what you would have gotten. You're actually able to use it as a pry bar, and you actually pop the lock, and it's open. You know that this can never be locked again, but the chest itself will work fine. And Locke thinks he may be able to fix the lock at some point, maybe even enhance it, make it better.
All right.
Inside
chest?
this, there is a smattering of strange idols. Small, like shrunken heads, totem poles, things like that. A couple of them have eyes that seem to follow you as you move them around, move the chest around, stuff like that. And there are easily a dozen of these things.
Do I think that the darkness that's up in the roof is magical? Nope. I don't.
I don't know. No, you seem okay with it.
Okay.
Cool. Bunch of shrunken heads and totems and voodoo things and stuff like that.
This
You
would
wanna
be
dump it out?
Do any of you like this stuff? It gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Gibbity gibbities.
It's all very, very tribal looking.
Probably none of us.
Jack?
Maybe you,
What?
Jack?
Tribal idols, voodoo type stuff?
Maybe.
Come see.
Take a look.
Someone needs to keep an eye on this staff.
I keep eye on staff.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Furball magic, detect magic,
Okay.
and take a look.
So about half of them have kind of a very, very slight amount of magic, and some of them don't appear to have any magic at all.
Out of the ones that are slightly magical, what do they look like?
What do you mean? What do they look like? There's a shrunken head that's slightly magical. There's a totem pole that's slightly magical. There's a small figurine that's slightly magical.
Oh, what's the small figurine look like?
It looks like kind of like an Aztec warrior.
Oh, cool. I kind of like that one. And so I grabbed the Aztec warrior and put it in my pocket.
All right, you're robbing the king. Cool. Super.
Came for a
Right on.
staff. I'll take a totem.
You guys just want to dump the rest of the box out?
Yeah, probably put him set it over here by the rest of the stuff over here.
All right. I'm going to grab the staff.
Okay, give me a con save.
Ooh.
All right.
And put it in the box.
Okay, you can get it over there in time.
And that's it. That's
Okay,
all
once
I
it's out
touched
of your hands in the box, you're safe. Nothing seems to be a problem.
All right.
Um,
I'm on to carry this
Here's-
chest.
does your detect magic stay up, Jack?
I haven't dismissed it. I can still kind of look around.
I mean, this rod is magical as fuck, right?
I'm trying not to look at the rod, by the way. I already kind of know that it's magical because it tried to suck my soul.
Did.
So if I'm looking at it, it's more like on the periphery, like my peripheral vision, not directly at it.
If you are even looking mildly at it, you can't see anything else around it.
Good lord.
It is so blindingly bright that it's trying to look at a candle with the sun behind it. You don't see the flame.
So we take this treasure chest with us and show it to somebody. It's gonna be like that briefcase in Pulp Fiction, then.
Yeah. Yeah.
More like the Ark of the Covenant, but whatever.
Somewhere in between the two for sure.
All right,
I'm going to suggest we bring this back to the Major Domo.
How heavy is this chest?
You gotta have a 14 strength to be able to carry it.
I'll take it.
Is there a thicker treasure? Is there a thicker box? This, if anyone is around that can see magical things, this is going to light up like the last building we were in.
Owen, that's incredibly insightful, but you're pretty sure that the reason the walls are foot-thick metal was to hide that arcane signature. You don't think anything less than about a foot thick of metal is going to hide it.
Oh, that's not going to fucking work then.
But very insightful.
Damn it.
We just need to be fast.
I'm strong. I can carry it. I'm not fast.
Let's see if I can do something here.
And you're probably significantly slower. The whole thing's going to weigh about 20 pounds, so check your encumbrance.
Okay.
It may slow you down.
Let's see. Add chest 20 pounds. Where does it show up the encumbrance? Does it show if it is?
It's based on your strength.
Okay.
It'll go based on your items, your equipment.
Yeah, I was just seeing what that might be for 17 strength.
17 strength. Carrying capacity. It's your strength multiplied by 15.
I gotcha.
You can lash it to my.
At multiplied by 5, you're at half movement. Or not half, 20, excuse me, instead of 30.
I can shapeshift into a horse if we need to get somewhere fast. But you're gonna have to lash it to me.
And what about the rest of us?
You said fast.
Can you get on a boat as a horse?
You guys have seen plenty of big enough boats that a horse could get on them. I mean, you've definitely seen mules and carts and things like that on these kind of barge ferry things.
Now, did we? I don't recall. Did we talk to anyone about arranging travel back to the center island?
Yep, you guys, huh?
So we have the guy who's like gonna ferry us around all the time, right?
Yep, you have a guy that ferries you around, but he probably has no idea where you are right now.
Right.
But we have the flare popper.
You do have a flare popper.
We can call him.
Yeah, we do.
Yep.
I mean, we'll call every fucking buddy else in the city, but we'll call him. So, you guys want me to do the flare popper thingy?
I would get the poison rouge from both Rodgar and I.
Yeah.
Can you right now?
Yeah, just enough to remove it from both of us if we need to.
Okay, so you have 10 more points?
Yep.
Right on.
So I'm going to go ahead and...
That didn't do nearly enough damage to you tonight.
It's true.
Remove that poison.
You fucked us up last session, though.
Yeah.
You kind of screwed us up last session.
All right, this is the first battle I didn't fall, I think.
The TM. I get to do that every session.
That's the idea.
What are we going to do tonight, Brain?
I'm going to touch Jack, and then I'm going to touch myself.
All right, Jack is a horse,
That tickles.
and the crate on top of him is actually pretty inconspicuous in the merchant district. The only conspicuous thing is that it's about 4 in the morning right now, so you guys are kind of at a weird earlier than the early time for most of the merchants.
Okay.
But you're able to move through the marketplace pretty easily. And you're going to shoot off your flare, I assume, Decimus?
I'm going to shoot off the flare, yes.
Okay, and...
Yeah, before we leave, I'm going to scoop that torch back up that I dropped earlier. So.
Oh, and I'm going to lock the warehouse back up.
You mean the warehouse?
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. As you shoot the flare up, you not only notice some flare lights everything up, but you notice some strange movement off to the side. As you guys are preparing yourselves, the town guard starts coming over towards you.
Okay.
They seem to be moving in a very strange manner compared to what you'd expect from sentient guards, though.
Nay, 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 nay.
And as they get closer to you, they appear to be shrouded in black, veiny, strange bits and pieces.
It's all over them.
All right, and that's where we're going to leave off.
I knew it.
Always leave them with more.
Ah. Cliffhanger.
Cliffhangers,
Dun, dun, dun.
indeed.